Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new show that we're going to do. It's called Get to Know Your Sensei, where we're going to get a peek behind the curtain so you can get to know your favorite sensei of kids kicking cancer in the Hero Circle. Up first, Sensei Michael, right here from Detroit, Michigan. Let's get to know Sensei Michael. Please welcome Sensei Michael to the show, who is awesome. Sensei Michael, how are you, brother?
Awesome. I'm doing great, doing great.
A true story. Sensei Michael and I were prepping this, going back and forth. I said, Sensei Michael, let's just rock this right now and bring some positivity to the people. And he said, I'm game. This is how awesome this guy is. The purpose of this show is to get you to know your sensei. We're going to hear his story, give you a little context on who Sensei Michael is and why he does what he does. So, Michael, enough of me. Talk about who Sensei Michael is. Take us all the way back. Give us a story.
So, Sensei Michael started back in 1997, June 11th. Some months before that day, I was having a lot of pain in my side. And it would come just as fast as it would go. And it would be really, really intense pain, and then it would just go. And I, would think nothing of it, tell my parents, and then they would say, "Oh, you're getting older. Maybe your diet is changing. Maybe it's gas, or whatever," and just throw it by the wayside. And June 11th, that morning, had been out of school for a few days, ready for the summer. It's gonna have a great summer, and the pain was just unbearable. The worst pain I had ever felt up to date, and my entire left side of my body was aching, was in pain. And my mom said, "Hey, we are either going to the Children's Hospital emergency room, or we're going to sign up for summer school." And I went, "She's not taking me to the hospital, and I really don't want to go to summer school." And so we went to the emergency room. And at the time, it was the worst day of my life. Absolute worst day of my life. I went in, had never been to the emergency room before. They poked me, multiple times, up and down both arms, never been poked like that before. Different procedures and things, and they're trying to figure out what's wrong. Several different tests that day, and it was just, I was not used to it. It was, a horror for me. And after about a week of being in the hospital and all these different tests and everything, and they diagnosed me with walking pneumonia, and them treating me with walking pneumonia, and it's not helping, they finally said, "Well, you have cancer. And not only do you have cancer, you have a rare type of cancer called rhabdomyosin sarcoma. It's a cancer of the muscle. We found a grapefruit-sized tumor on your left side up against 4 of your ribs. And the reason we thought it was walking pneumonia was because what we thought was fluid on your lungs is blood. This tumor is bleeding into your lungs. We're starting chemo right now." So that's when my world got flipped upside down. So I went from that to immediately starting chemo. High dose chemo, in and out of the hospital for a week. I'd be in the hospital for a week doing chemo, and then they let me go home for about a week to rest up, to restart chemo again. And we did that for several months, until they decided that they were going to do surgery to remove the tumor in 4 ribs. So right on my side, where everyone else has ribs, I have a piece of plastic that has been there since 1997. And at the time of surgery, my mom was concerned that the piece of plastic that they were putting in was going to have to be replaced. As I got older, as I continued to grow, and the doctors were just playing it by ear, and they, pretty much told us, "We don't expect me to live too much longer." So that was what they told us. They were, telling us, what they thought, and was real with us. And, I appreciated it, but it was scary. Very scary for myself, my family. but you know, I had the support group around me. My life was changing drastically. Everyone right now is upset about being at home and being quarantined and everything. It's not new for me. I've been there. I've done it. So as soon as I, realized that we had to go in quarantine, I reverted back to all the things I used to do, and didn't have any trouble being at home. And so, but from that, after I got finished with treatment and they declared me in remission, still playing it by ear of being a survivor. So once they told me I was a survivor, it was a whole new world for me. So, but in my mind, then I thought, you know what? I'm gonna be out of the hospital. I'm done. Don't have to come back here anymore. My last day in the hospital that they told me I was a survivor, I was done. I was cancer free. I went, I'm never coming to this place again. I'm done. The next week I was back in doing blood work because they needed to check up on me. And so that was my life. And getting back into school, because I was out of school for about a year. I tried to go when I could, which wasn't very much, and I go for like an hour or two at a time when my counts was, my blood work and everything was at a good level where I wasn't going to get sick or hurt myself or anything while in school. But once I got back to school, everything was different because I didn't go to school when I went to school, I didn't go to gym. There was no physical activities for me because my mom said, someone's going to throw a ball in your direction. You're not going to be ready. Bam. I'm going to get that phone call. So we don't get that phone call. You're never going to gym again. So I didn't do any physical activities. And when I was at home, there wasn't going outside because something might happen. So it was always in the house, watching TV, watching movies. But I was always one of those kids who loved martial arts. There's 4 brothers who live in the sewer in New York who are like my idols. And so, always wanted to do martial arts, but once I got sick, I knew that wasn't going to happen. And my mom got a phone call one day that Children's Hospital of Michigan was starting this program called Kids Kicking Cancer. There was a gentleman who was a black belt in the martial arts, and he thought martial arts would be beneficial to kids going through cancer treatments, and would Michael be interested? And I said, yes. When do we start? And I went to that very first class, and the only person that was more excited than me was Rabbi G. So that started my becoming Sensei Michael, because I started coming to the classes, and it was great. It was great. I loved the breathing. I loved the meditation. It helped me focus. It helped me relax. It helped the pain that I was still in. And it was so beneficial for me. It's so beneficial for me. And so it's what helped change my life. So I know that was a little bit of a long answer. You probably have more questions. So
beautiful. And normally it's something I'm working on. Normally I interrupt a lot because I get excited because I want to ask questions, but that was so beautiful. And I just wanted to let you tell it. Were there things when you were in your own quarantine, because as you said, this isn't new for you. And a lot of kids who are part of Kids Kicking Cancer in the Hero Circle, they know this isn't, new for them. Everybody's sort of joining what they're used to. Were there things when you were a kid that would help you through those moments when you felt a little bit alone before you had the Kids Kicking Cancer training? What would you do to help those moments?
Friends and family, being around friends and family. I like seeing on social media and things how people are having conversations and playing games with the at the window of friends and family. I did that. I had friends in the neighborhood that would come by the front door, and we would talk through the screen. And, I did that. There was a time when I was in the hospital. It was around Thanksgiving, and my doctor said it was okay for me to go home for Thanksgiving, but make sure you cover up. So I had on my mask during Thanksgiving dinner. I had my gloves on, and I was the first one to eat that Thanksgiving. Not that is any different than now Thanksgiving, because I'm always the first one to eat. But I was, with my family, but still separated from my family, during that particular Thanksgiving. So, friends and family are, first and foremost, are great ways of inspiration to help me during my quarantine back then.
The support system, and again, for those watching out there, it's a great reminder that family, friends, even though maybe we're at home, there's ways to do it. There's FaceTime, there's Zoom, there's text, there's distancing, there's ways to do it. But a reminder, check in with the ones you love, cultivate family relationship.
And I didn't have the social media back then. I didn't have cell phones and compute. Everyone didn't have a computer or internet like that. So
we are 100% going to do this again, because there's so much that I want to talk about. And again, for those people know, I couldn't wait to do this. That on our prep call, we just started to do this. So we didn't have as much time as I wanted, but we have a couple minutes before somebody else jumps on this for another meeting here on the Zoom call. But I want to ask you, what's your message? Actually, if I'm thinking of what, if I have one more question to you. Why do you think all of this has happened to you?
This has happened to me for one reason and one reason only: for me to share with other people, for me to share with all the kids out there, all the people in general, my story and help them. Because without my going through this, I can't share and help everyone. So I tell kids all the time that are going through cancer treatments or some type of other disease that I know what you're going through. I've been there. I beat it. You can do it too. And I can't say that if I didn't go through it myself.
Brother, you are such a light, and you truly, truly are embodying everything that is power, peace, purpose, brother. I'm inspired by you. Can we please do this again? Because there's many more that I want to talk to you about. You're such a bright light, brother, and I'm honored to be truly connected and a friend of yours. Truly.
Awesome. Love it.
You're a good man, brother. Can we do it? Can we take this thing out with a little power, peace, purpose? Can you lead us?
Awesome.
And I'm a newbie, so
yeah. So remember, right hand power, fist in front of your chest, cover that with peace, and then you bow and you say purpose.
Let's do it.
Good. So you stand at attention, sit at attention, and bow. Power, peace, purpose.
Sensei Michael, I appreciate you. That's the first episode of Get to Know Your Sensei. We made it, Michael. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Keep rocking.
What an inspiring story. And what an inspiring guy Sensei Michael is. We're going to do more with him because he's got even more to share. I hope you liked that. Stay tuned. You're going to get a chance to meet and get to know your favorite senseis, from kids kicking cancer in the Hero Circle all over the globe. Stay tuned. We're going to have another episode of Get to Know Your Sensei soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.
Power, peace, purpose. Power, peace, purpose.
Power, peace, purpose. Power, peace, purpose.